With the Age of Sigmar 2nd edition available for pre-order, Games Workshop also released the rules in PDF format. Now, I haven't played Age of Sigmar before, having stopped playing Games Workshop games over 10 years ago, so it's all new to me. I've been building up a Skaven army ready for the first game in August. In this video I'm going to talk about how I'm approaching the painting of my first unit, but most especially how I've been planning my first army. I should have been able to show you some close to finished models now, but I've been really busy. I'm not worried too much about the schedule because when I finish for summer, in just over 3 weeks, I'll be able to spend all day, every day getting it done. I still aim to have at least half my Plague Monks and the Plague Claw painted in that time, with hopefully the Censer Bearers done as well. Now, I began by using a base coat of brown on the skin, fur, tail and deformities, and then a base coat of green for clothing. I'll go over the details when I've actually got them finished. I don't do what Games Workshop's much more skillful painters do and base coat everything first. I just do the largest areas, so I don't have to worry about going outside the lines now and then. You want to be a little bit careful, but the fact is that the more care you take, the longer it takes. The intention, once I've got into a few more nooks and crannies and tidied around the edges, will be to shade them with inks, and then I'm in two minds. I might layer them and highlight them properly and then move on to the details, or as I'm trying to get my first army in over 10 years done for a deadline, I might fall back on some quick dry brushing for what will look fine for battlefield purposes, and then of course add on the details. We'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll do the dry brushing for the bog standard models and spend more time on the more important ones. I will have an issue with the blades, however. I realise that I have no paint suitable for them, so I'll have to wait until about mid-July. The problem is that there's no store in my town and Games Workshop are incapable of arranging for Saturday deliveries. They really need to sort out a better system. Now, I have advance ordered the big Soul Wars set and arranged for delivery to my work, so I could have just added a few paints to that order. However, I wasn't sure I could trust the ordering system to lump them all together. I mean, it's possible that if all I ordered were a dozen paints, that they'd mail in a box small enough to fit through the letterbox and it could be delivered to my home while I was at work and all would be well. Maybe someone can let me know. But it's no big deal if the blades don't get done for another few weeks. They don't take long and are the last thing to do on the models anyway. I also have plenty of other models to be getting on with. Now on to more tactical matters. The problem with the Plague Monks that I started with is that I constructed them all without reading the rules. I modelled some with dual swords, some with a stick and others with command items. I even made one up with a plague sensor as well. It was on the sprue. Having now read the war scrolls, I see that I can't mix units with dual blades and staves, and sensors are right out. Not to worry, I have another set of Plague Monks still on sprues anyway, so I'll construct those such that I end up with one unit with dual fitted blades and another with a blade and a staff. The problem is the Censer Bearer. Then I hit on an idea. I have 5 metal Plague Censer Bearers already, but I intend to get 5 more. Well, for the same price as this, I could get another plastic set of Plague Monks. That would allow me to make up another 4 with a Censer Bearer for 5 plastic ones in total. I can then make another Plague Monk to fill at what would otherwise be a unit of 19, and I still get a load of extras as well, all for the same price. I also came across the Army Builder on the Games Workshop site. Now, as I haven't yet read the General's Compendium on points values, at the moment this is invaluable. So I built up a 2,000 point army with a Clan Pestilence core with Clan Eshin and Clan Scryer units in support. So the army I'm working towards is looking at the moment a little like this. Now actually, graphics like this actually take me back to before World of Warcraft got its hooks into me. I used to run a Warhammer website where I featured battle reports using similar graphics. It would be nice to do so again. My main problem will be in deciding how to represent the units, given that Age of Sigmar is a skirmish game, as opposed to the more regimented forms of Warhammer Fantasy Battle, where, of course, only some of the units were skirmish. I can worry about that later. For now, I've used what I've used. So a Plague Furnace with 2 units of 20 Plague Monks, a Plague Claw and a Plague Priest as a general. I haven't yet decided on the weapon for my Plague Priest, but I will be getting that model last anyway. Always paint your most important models last so the practice on the rest of the army will make you do a better job. Now, although I have a Plague Claw, I wanted some more firepower. Enter Clan Scryer. I'm going to be getting some Warplock Giselles, a couple of Rattling Guns and another War Machine. I almost went for the Warp Lightning Cannon. I took that to Grand Tournaments back during 6th edition. However, my first ever game of Fantasy Battle involved using a Doom Wheel, and it's one of my most abiding memories of that game. So that's what I've gone for instead. There's no point in pretending that I'll be in any way competitive, so I'm just making what I think will be a fun army for now. Of course, with the way Skaven work, the army will be under the command of one of the Clan Pestilence in my case, but they do hire troops from other clans. That's in the law there. So I do feel that they should come with commanders of their own. So I've gone for an Arch Warlock for the Clan Scryer contingent. Finally, I wanted some Clan Eshin presence. For this, I've gone for an Assassin, 10 Gutter Runners and 20 Night Runners. Now, whether my unit numbers are sensible or not, I'll worry about much later. This comes to about 1990 points. It can be easily collapsible down to 1,000 points if needed. I haven't actually discussed the size of the army we're making for the games at Warhammer World this summer. But whatever it is, I should be able to accommodate. As I haven't bought all the models and don't intend to until middle of July, I also have time to properly digest the rules coming with the second edition, thinking about the benefits of battalions, for example, and change my mind if necessary. If I do stick to what I'm planning, all I have to do is get it assembled and painted. There's still another 200 quid's worth of models needed and more paints as well. The aim is to get it all done in about 5 weeks, so 3 weeks at work and try and get at least half the Clan Pestilence stuff done, and then 2 weeks off work to get the remainder. I remember painting my first tournament Skaven army in less than 2 weeks flat during one summer before my first grand tournament, and that contained many more models. So I don't anticipate any real problems, even if I haven't got much done in the last week or two. So that's where I am at the moment. I hope to update with more solid progress next week. If you've enjoyed the video, then please give a like and comment below. And until next time, I'll see you later.